Coming up on the Weekend View with our very special guest co-host, the OG, Elisabeth Hasselbeck. Did Zendaya and Tom Holland just scoop the paparazzi by getting hitched in secret?
Ooh, and how Jim Carrey's show appearance is sparking wild conspiracy theories that he used a body double or a clone.
And since Elisabeth is here, you know we're doing a deep dive into Survivor Season 50. Like, who on The View would get voted out first? Don't answer that yet.
I will not. I will save it for the table. We're gonna have our own tribal council there for sure.
And did you know Elisabeth's not the only View family member who was on Survivor?
It's all coming up and starting right now
On the Weekend View.
The Weekend View.
Our friend and former co-host Elisabeth Hasselbeck is joining the table today.
Thankful to share a weekend with you lovely ladies.
Okay, here's a story. Since the Zendaya and Tom Holland got engaged in late 2024, fans have been wondering when they'll get hitched. Well, the wait is over, according to Zendaya's stylist, Law Roach. Here's what he said on the red carpet of the Actors Awards. Watch.
You and Zendaya have the relationship that every stylist and every celebrity would love to have. We know she's gonna be getting married. Are we thinking about the looks already for the wedding? Do you come to her and say, hey Zendaya, I think, or does she say, this is the bride I wanna look like?
Y'all, the wedding already happened. Y'all missed it.
Well, you know the other day they said she had on a gold band and folks were wondering.
The wedding is over, sorry.
So they have a secret. Would it surprise you if they really had a secret wedding?
There is no way that this guy, her stylist, spilled the beans like that without it being part of some bigger strategy or something. I mean,
why do you say that?
Because they're super good friends, because he's worked with her for a long time. And
he knows better.
That'd be a hell of a thing to let out of the bag in the middle of a
Normally, I would agree with you. However, I have some extra tea. So, Zendaya's mom, Claire Stormer, is reacting to stylist LaRoche's claim that her daughter married Tom Holland. She reposted the clip of him speaking with Entertainment Tonight about the couple's wedding on her Instagram stories on Monday, March 2nd, and she wrote, "The laugh," adding a laughing emoji. So it's almost like it was seconded by her mother.
Or is it
she's
cloaking?
trying to also continue the narrative.
They're
to confuse
notoriously
you.
private. I think it's like Carolyn Bessette, Kennedy, and John.
Somebody's been watching Love Story.
I have been.
Anna, if she spilled it,
private.
wouldn't be that big deal because the whole point is to keep it secret till you're done. Now
Exactly.
they're done.
Right,
so it's
now they're
almost
done.
like,
Unless-
too bad.
They're married.
Unless it's happening right now, and it's almost like an in-the-moment kind of cloaking. Like it happens, we're
Maybe.
looking over here while it's happening over here. Could also be happening as we speak right now. But
They're
the
hitched.
quiet wedding is kind of coming back. Many couples are opting for it. I think they're opting for smaller
Would you
weddings.
like that to do it like that?
You know,
A quiet wedding?
We did. We have a big family, so it'd be hard. I loved exactly how our wedding went. We had
I think
a
Jeff
bunch.
Bezos missed the memo.
Yeah, but I've looked it up right now because it's been a while. The average wedding guest count has steadily declined from 131 guests in 2019 to 116 guests, so a little decline.
That's because people have no money.
Right.
That's
right.
true. That's
Because
true.
people can't buy groceries.
There's a big group of them right now with micro weddings. 50 guests or fewer, and the average wedding still costs. Get this. $34,000.
Oy, oy, oy.
I think maybe
for a wedding?
I don't know. I think
yeah.
that this couple's notoriously private. I think people keep their confidences, and I think if he said that like that, I think it's true. I think it's done. I think they got
think it's
married
done.
privately.
You know, when I was a kid, in my neighborhood, you got married, you had no money. But you knew that all the Italians would bring you money as gifts.
Right.
Yes.
And that would pay for the wedding.
They would, like, stuff
yeah,
it
I
in
never got
envelopes.
one toaster or one blender.
Just money in the
Just they give you
an
cash. You
envelope.
put it in the bag, the white bag.
Yeah.
Sketchy looking.
And
The first time you got married, you didn't get a toaster, you didn't get
No,
anything.
but they had a shower, a wedding shower.
Yeah.
But for the wedding, everybody knows you don't have the money. You're a kid. I was a child.
You know, for my wedding, though, I had the little bride bag as well, and everyone just put envelopes
I needed
into
that
my bag.
cash bag. I didn't have that.
I had,
You know why? Because you're not Italian. You need to be Italian. Am I right?
Yeah, you're doing the cash. I was Italian. We had a little cash.
I mean, maybe
flowing
other
around.
ethnic groups do it, but not Iowa.
They do the dollar dance, and that can go a long way.
Yeah.
What's the dollar dance?
Maybe it's a
When
Puerto Rican
you pay
thing
a dollar
too. I
to
don't know.
dance with the bride or groom, and
Oh
you
my
just
God.
store those
Only
singles,
$1?
put them in here.
That is what the bride is worth, $1 a dance?
$1?
Wow.
Just a
Inflation
insulting.
might make it more.
Now it's like a Bitcoin.
Came up with that.
I give the drag queens 20.
The drag queens probably look better than I do.
All right, so Jim Carrey's appearance at the César Awards in Paris last week sparked a wave of online conspiracy theories about his looks. There he is. People insisted it was surgery or a body double of him, and some said it could be his clone. Now, a source close to Carrey told the Daily Mail that, quote, Jim is sad, not because people are questioning or making fun of his appearance. He's not worried about that at all. Rather, he's sad that people are so stupid, unquote.
He doesn't look that different.
I don't think he looks
funny.
that different either. But imagine if we think about this, or do we do this to women too?
You know what? The guy got older, that's all. He got
doesn't look
older.
that
I think
But he
he
actually looks
same.
good and older. He doesn't look like.
He looks just a little older.
I think he looks the same.
You know, I don't know that it's that that people are so stupid. I think it's because of all the misinformation and the AI that's out there.
Yeah.
People have trouble just seeing what's in front of them and believing what they're seeing.
Yes.
I think it's
That
much
could be
more
too.
that.
Well,
Like,
and-
is it AI? Is it a clone? Is this real? Is this somebody else?
Like, I see pictures of myself from years ago, and I look so fat, and I think, that's not me.
You think it's a clone?
It's a fat clone. No, I know it's me, unfortunately. What crazy rumors are there about you guys?
I
didn't-
remember, you know, Virginia, our voiceover, the woman that
Yeah.
announces the
Yeah.
show. People
Yeah.
were convinced it was me.
Oh, really?
So they'd write me all the time, going, "Your voice, like, why are you on the intro?" And then you're like, "Why would they have picked you?"
wow.
And I'm like, "It's not me. I don't know
But you
what
don't
it
answer it. Don't answer.
No, in the beginning though, it kept happening, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But
There's
thought it
always
was you.
rumors about me, but back in the day, like before social media, before any of that, in things like the Nicaraguan community, in different communities, there were little ethnic, like little community newspapers. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah.
And that you would pick up for free in the different stores and markets.
Yeah.
And they would like blackmail you, right? Like they would write stuff that wasn't true so that you would pay them to stop writing that.
In Nicaragua.
No, here in,
here.
in Little Managua in Miami,
okay.
where the Nicaraguans lived here. And they started writing that I was a lesbian. And
oh, you own that, girl.
my father, my father was like, I'm like, no, Dad, I'm a hoe. I'm a heterosexual hoe. But I'm not a lesbian. And I told the newspapers, you keep on writing whatever you want. Double the fun. I don't care. I'm not paying you.
You know what? We don't call her La Putana for nothing.
Yes, we do. We do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, there was a rumor we didn't like each other. And that's why we love each other.
That's not true. We
That's
never
not
really
true.
disliked each other.
Yeah.
But they would always write, they're still doing it because you're back.
Oh,
Yeah.
are they really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But they're wrong.
They are. So, on the premiere episode of the reality series Ladies of London, Micah explains why she felt like a fish out of water when she first got to town. Watch.
I was an American living in London. I was at this amazing dinner, and everybody just knew how to use their cutlery so beautifully. And everyone was holding their champagne flutes so effortlessly, gliding around this dinner party, and I felt so insecure. And Marco, my husband, grew up in Switzerland, and this was second nature to him. He actually, at the time, said, well, why don't you take an etiquette class? Which I know is the last thing you want the boy that you're dating to say, you need an etiquette class. Like, ooh, like a little, you know, like the pinch, like, ooh.
So, Micah is her, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She does. She now teaches etiquette classes.
Does she?
teaches
She, I was
etiquette.
following her on social media, and I could have used her years ago because when the Queen of England was here for a White House state dinner, Tim and I, we were so young. Do you remember when I got invited?
Yeah,
And
oh,
Barbara
that's a
said, darling,
good
you
invite.
must go.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
you.
Well, yeah, I was so nervous. I wore my wedding cape, and then for my wedding, and I had so much static electricity. I was so nervous. But when I got to
You
her,
look great there.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at that
that's beautiful.
picture.
I am terrified
Beauty.
walking in. That was just one moment, but really what happened was I had no idea what to do when I got there. Like I ended up I didn't know
You're not
you couldn't,
supposed to touch her,
I
I
know. I
think.
went in for a hug. It didn't go out. I was like
To
in
the
some
Queen?
I was like in a curtsy.
Stop it.
like,
You got
no.
to bow.
I ended up
the
in
deeper
sort of
the
like
bow,
a,
the deeper the respect.
it was very
All the way
awkward
down.
when I went in
Yeah.
there. And then sitting, there were so many things before me, so many forks. I grew up simply, you
Outside,
know.
you
And
go
so,
from
like,
the outside in.
I learned
well,
that on
I
Pretty
heard
Woman.
that. But then they
Outside
came
in.
with this, I remember this like chalice of something, and I didn't also grow up with many courses. Like there was
Oh,
antipasta.
please don't
and
tell
then
me it was a finger bowl.
I
oh, no.
drank, I
did it.
literally,
I did it too.
I'm mid-sip, and Jeb Bush leans over, Condoleezza Rice is at my other side, and he's like, you might not want to drink that. That's
did it
for your
too.
hands. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh!
But they make it look so
gosh.
inviting. I did that. My prom was at Tavern on the Green,
Oh,
believe it or not.
fancy.
And I had never been to, I grew up in poverty. I had never seen anything like that.
They didn't have water.
Yeah, I mean, barely. But I brought this guy, Louis, with me,
Yeah.
who was also from the hood. And so they had that little glass, and it had it looked a little soapy, but it had a slice of lemon.
Yeah, we
And
drink it.
And I said, so Louis, what is this? And why would Louis know? He's like, it's to cleanse your palate. And then he chugs it.
Thank you.
And I chugged it too.
Sonny, we've lived the same life.
So it's soap water to dip your fingers after
dip
having seafood
fingers.
or something.
Wait,
Anna,
This is because we did not go fancy.
Okay, we'll be right back.
The Weekend View is sponsored by Rock Skincare, clinically proven and dermatologist recommended.
Welcome back. So the landmark reality competition series Survivor, we have somebody here who was on it. It just kicked off its 50th season.
Wow.
For those of you who don't remember, Elisabeth Hasselbeck was one of the final 4 on the second season. She went almost to the absolute end.
Yeah.
Yes,
Look
to
at
the end of
you.
my
Oh my
life.
God.
I mean,
Look at you.
that was, gosh, looking at these pictures, I hadn't watched Survivor until this Survivor 50. I watched the opening episode.
50 seasons.
50 seasons have gone by. And everyone asked me, everyone thought, because I said I have an announcement, I'm going somewhere fun in March.
Yeah.
And they said, are you doing Survivor 50? And I said, close. I'm doing The View.
Good one.
I don't
That's
think
a
I
good
could
one.
ever
How
make
many
that.
seasons, how many episodes, no, wait. How many seasons do they film in 1 year? So it's not 50 years.
I
It's
think,
like,
right.
No,
so
it's
like
25
maybe 3. I was
years.
on the second one.
what year was that?
This was the year 2000.
How long does
So
it
it's been
take?
so it's 2 years per season.
This
you there
took
for like
too
a-
long. I was there 39 out of 41 days.
Wow.
But I came out, I really did come out knowing, I brought this, I made this headband kind of headdress thing to remind me of who I was, but ultimately the Word of God is what got me through. Roger Bingham's Bible was my survival item there. And came out knowing that I loved and missed him. Oh my gosh, I missed him so much. So I was like, I don't ever want to have a day where I'm not with him ever again.
Where
coming out of there.
were you?
In the Australian outback.
Oh, no.
9 out of the 10 deadliest snakes.
I was just going to say
that
the
sounds like
snakes.
reptile
Tell me,
heaven.
what was the hardest thing you had to do?
Don't you eat dirt and
Well,
stuff like
finding
that?
they were still trying to figure it out. They didn't have I think they're protecting the humans there a little bit.
forage for your own food?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
You
yes.
survived.
But wait,
It's
I
in the
kinda-
name.
Just so you know, I went camping once before this. I brought new boots. I saw everybody in their worked out Merrills. I was like,
what
oh,
made
I'm a
that
goner.
attractive to you?
You know, it must have been a hard work week. I was like, that sounds good. I'll tell you why I went. I had college loans.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had debt.
that makes sense.
And I worked at a fun job. I was designing shoes for Puma. And I kind of had this feeling like my family loves me really well. I'd love to be able to deal with some debt.
Yeah.
I have a great job, but I had this feeling, I just knew in my heart I should go and see what I was made of.
Yeah.
Realized not much without God.
But this was before The View, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why you got The View.
was training for
basically.
The
They
View.
didn't know.
It was training.
Of course, we know that.
What was the first moment when you were there that you thought, oh God, I don't know if I can do that, or I'm surviving? What was the?
Oh, on the plane ride, girl. I was like, can I go home?
Don't
They
people
flipped us
smell?
around.
People must smell a lot.
Everybody stinks at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
And by the
That
way,
was Sean and
Elizabeth's
Kim.
not the only survivor on The View. The head of our hair and makeup department, the fabulous Rebecca Borman, who does my makeup, was on Survivor Season 13. Yes, she is.
Rebecca!
Oh, I want to see the clip. Look how cute you are.
She's
And
gorgeous.
you made it pretty far also, right,
I
Rebecca?
did. I made it to jury.
You made it to jury.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Would you
I would
do-
go again with you.
I would definitely do with you.
You
I would
would?
do it
You
for
would
sure.
do
You
it
would
again?
do that again?
I would do it again 10 years ago.
Where?
10 years ago with each
Where
other.
were you? Where were you?
In the Cook Islands, which is near Australia as well.
And did you tell me that you lost, like, what? You
Yeah,
lost,
so
like,
I was voted out on my 26th day, and I had lost like 26 pounds.
and that's
Yeah,
and
I
they
actually loved it, but-
That was before Manjaro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, it was the best way to lose
in
weight.
the outback for food.
Yeah,
So if
you
you can't
really had to
afford the
catch
weight loss
everything to eat.
shot, you should go to a
Yeah,
deserted
definitely.
island and forage for your own food. If I had to forage for my own food, I would be Twiggy. I mean,
Had you ever caught your own food before?
No, never.
And you
I
were
would
catching
catch
what?
clams. I would catch clams in the ocean. That was the easiest one. You'd find clams. I would help to catch octopus. I never fished. The men fished, but I was the clam girl. I would catch clams for everybody. and
Yeah,
it was
because all you have to
delicious.
do is dive and then dig
Yep,
in the
and
sand.
Just dig. Exactly.
Yeah.
See, you could do it, Sonny.
Nah.
Are you kidding?
Is there a number that they could offer you to go to a?
Me?
Yes. No. Like if somebody came and said, okay, $50 million if you go.
I could find some clams, yeah.
I don't think I could. Okay, so putting Elizabeth and Rebecca aside, how would each of us do on Survivor? Who would go the first? I ask you, Elizabeth. And who would be voted off the island first?
You.
No, I disagree.
I'm asking you.
I actually think Joy would win it all because you're
Why?
funny, because you keep people laughing. I think the emotional aspect of being in a hard place without
It is my
happiness.
pleasure.
I think you could win the whole thing.
To keep you alive.
I think-
People wouldn't vote her off the island.
Because there's something I think you bring to the atmosphere that it
Yeah,
makes
but
you
I
want to
would-
go on.
But Joy would vote herself off the
I would.
island.
No, she wouldn't.
That's true.
So Joy does not appear on camera without hair and makeup. Joy is
doesn't
not
go to
doing
London.
this.
If we
summer 'cause
go,
it's hot.
if you want to do it,
If we go.
I'll make you laugh and you do the foraging.
Fine.
I think Sarah's a hunter and gatherer. Sarah will go far in that. She does a lot of gymnastics and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and
she'd be
flips
good.
and stuff.
I'm corn-fed. I'm from the great state of Iowa.
She would go
And
far.
Alice, like, bring me my cuchi fritos.
I don't think I
Forget about that. We'll be right back.
The Weekend View is sponsored by Rock Skincare, clinically proven and dermatologist recommended.
The beautiful Sarah Haynes was on the Behind the Table podcast with Brian, so take a look at that.
Matthew Lillard was being interviewed for his new movie, Scream 7, and he was talking about his 25-year marriage, saying that he and his wife have an unbreakable rule to never go to bed angry. Do you agree with that?
Well, one, congrats on 25 years.
Yeah, it's very
I think
impressive.
being married, I'm more impressed with anniversaries
Yeah.
and how long marriages
Yeah.
last than anything else. I disagree for my marriage on
Yeah.
that. People always say, don't go to bed mad, don't go to bed mad. One thing I've learned in therapy, in my relationship with Max, in our conversations is when I'm frustrated, angry, or in that headspace, communication is not productive. In fact, it can set you back.
Yes.
So oftentimes my challenge is getting better at communicating to Max. Max, I can't talk about this because Max is so even keeled that he could talk about anything. He could be talking about politics where I'm emotionally breaking down over Roe v. Wade and then the kids and this and I'm over here. He's the same through everything. And it kills me sometimes. So he can talk. When he's mad, he can have a really calm conversation. Right. I cannot. And I admittedly say some things I regret when I'm mad. And I don't want to do that. So we have learned to say, I'm mad. I need time. And it doesn't mean I'm going to ignore him for half a day. We move on. We just can't talk about the issue.
Right.
So sleeping, when I have a full tank, I wake up like Snow White with birds at my window. Once I'm refreshed, I am a whole new human. I am not that when I'm angry.
So sleep it off, basically.
Yeah, sometimes you need space from it because you need your whole nervous system to calm down to find your productive words.
But what if when you go to bed you get angrier during the night like me?
But you know what? When I am angry, I am ready. I can fall asleep. I'm so tired all the time that if you let me just sleep, everything's better.
I can
my
never
anger
sleep when I'm
burns
angry.
and burns and burns, and then I'm more pissed.
No, because
the
there's
next
always like
day.
an episode of Bridgerton or something I can watch, and then Well, that does the opposite with Max, though. Maybe not Bridgerton. Anything else?
If I never went to bed angry with Al, I'd never go to bed.
Right.
I would be completely sleep deprived.
Yeah.
No,
I do think it's good to say I love you, even if you're still having not worked through the issue before. Like when you go to bed, is it like I love you, good night? We'll talk about this tomorrow.
Well, we barely get to say good night right now.
You know, can we talk about this I love you business that people are constantly...
No, I disagree with you, Joy.
Constantly saying I love you constantly.
I say it.
I say it.
And I mean it.
I'm going to pick up the meat. I love you. Don't forget to get the kids. I love you. I mean, it's constant.
I do it because I have listened to too many people that have walked out of the
gives me a
door
headache.
and never come back.
Yeah.
And I want the last words to be
But
I
they're
love
just
you.
words. They're just words.
No, it's a
mean it,
pause
they're not
of
words.
sentiment. And I will never get off the phone without saying I love you to my parents, my kids,
It's like
my
a
husband,
tick.
No, it's not.
You're not promised tomorrow.
I'm picking up your underwear. I love you.
You're not promised tomorrow. I agree with you, Sarah. You're not promised tomorrow. And
Don't forget to get the birth control pills. I love you. Oh, it's so annoying.
I make sure I say it to my parents, my closest friends, my children especially.
Yes.
I love you means so much, and you're not promised tomorrow. And so I
don't
want
wanna
them
live
to
without
know
you.
that
Hey,
I
Joy.
love them.
Joy.
I love you, Joy.
I love you.
Oh, who cares?
I love
Listen, I want to tell you something about my life. Very brief. No one said things like that when I was a kid. No one ran around.
Yeah, look what it did to you.
Okay, see what she just did? That's what I got. I got plenty of that. I got plenty of your... Here, have some more meatballs. That's what I got. I didn't need to hear it. I didn't need to hear it. I felt it.
You felt it.
Yeah,
Well, that's
either
important.
Either way is good.
That's interesting.
It works. Look how
But
loving
there's
you
an
are.
obsession with it now.
Do you tell
Almost
your
like a-
grandkid? Do you tell?
No, not really.
Are you being serious?
Not really. He knows he's loved.
Yeah.
He's her screensaver. I think he feels it.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, no, he knows.
Your
Listen.
expression of love, there are love languages, right?
Yes.
So like if it's physical touch, if it's acts of service, if it's
Someone
quality
wants
time.
to feed me meatballs. You don't have to tell me you love me. I know.
But you know, I do think it has changed through time and generations, because I think my parents' generation just were not as expressive and hands-on.
They never said it in the old
That
days
we had-
over and over
well,
again.
because then-
It's like this trending thing.
Because they're like the post-Oprah generation, where you
Yes.
emote and you talk and your children are your friends, all that.
Super Soul Sunday.
Well, also think about how much more people are experiencing, right? So like it is probably helpful with the amount of information that's coming around all day and that kind of catastrophic information we have.
Yes.
Maybe we need more I love yous now than we did.
We love you, Joy.
We need to show how much we love each other, not say it all the
Both,
time.
yeah, so if you mean it.
I saw a thing on
pizza.
Instagram the other day where there was this couple and they were ordering at Starbucks, and the barista gave them their order and said, "I love you." And they're like, "Did she just say I love you?" So they went back and they ordered something else. He said, "I love you." To your point.
It's like a tick.
No, it is a tick. But have you ever gotten off the phone with like someone that you're trying to arrange like to fix the plumbing or something? You're like, I love you. Oh no, I mean I didn't
Not
mean
you.
I love you. It's not. I didn't,
not that
you know,
way.
Like, I've done that before too.
Joy, I love you. We're out of time.
The Weekend View is streaming wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks to Elisabeth for being with us this week. Have a great day, everyone. Take a little time to enjoy
The Weekend View.